1027 WNEW, The Rock of New York, Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer, Bad Company, and the Wallflowers, too, to start off the Opie and Anthony show for another fine week.
Hey.
What's up, brother man?
Good afternoon, Opie.
How was your little weekend up north?
Well.
The Renaissance Festival. You left here Friday in a bitter mood with your lovely wife, Jennifer, and how did it turn out for you?
Well, we just got back. Actually, just drove back into New York a couple hours ago. Had a great time at the Renaissance Festival, Opie. Wonderful time.
What happened?
Well, Mom went with us.
Yeah.
You know, Jen's mom, the mother-in-law, went.
Right.
Annie Marg didn't make it.
Oh, why?
She had teeth put in or something. She was getting new teeth put in her head. She was getting new teeth put in her head.
No, she's been having problems with her teeth.
Having problems with her teeth.
Yes.
And
had some dentures put in. And
that's what happens when you're 92.
So she couldn't.
Stop that, Opie.
She couldn't go to the Renaissance Fair. But we went.
Mm-hmm.
And, it started off great. We parked 5 miles away, walked up to the Renaissance Festival, got something to eat, and at which point Jen's mom immediately got pissed at something. I have no clue what it was. There wasn't enough sausage or something. What was the deal?
Well, what it was there was the four of us, and all four of us were going to have sausage sandwiches. But there was only enough for 2 sandwiches, and me and Anth were first on the line.
I was going to, have some kind of Renaissance battle axe fight with her for it,
So I turned and said to her, here, take mine. I'm not that hungry. I'll get something later. Nope. I'll go get something else. And she storms off. Now, there's like 500 people in this place. I watch her for about 3 seconds. You know she's short. I lose her. Now I have no idea where she is.
This was what I was going through. And Jen doesn't understand that she pulls this stuff on me.
Yeah.
Like, she's annoyed at her mom, and she just goes, well, fine, and storms away. And I'm thinking in my head, Jen, that's exactly what you do to me. To my frustration.
Unfortunately, I am my mother's daughter.
So it was an exciting little weekend.
Well, that's how it started. A
romantic getaway. This sounds great.
It was fine after that.
Yeah.
So, it was fine after about 10 Killians.
There you go. That'll always help a situation.
Yeah, and then I invited Jay, our buddy Jay.
Yeah, Jay's the man.
So I had somebody to goof on everybody with.
Very good.
And, we had a lovely time, after which Jen turns to me. As you know, the whole thing started with, I thought it was just going to be me and Jen going to the Renaissance Fair for a nice little couple kind of let's hang out together thing. Jen invites the mother-in-law.
I didn't invite. She invited herself.
To which you didn't say no. Anyway.
Well, because you didn't say anything to me, so I didn't know.
So I invite Jay. So now me and Jay are hanging out having a good time.
That evens out the situation.
Well, then later on in the evening, I hear from Jen. What's the matter, hon? Oh, nothing. Something's wrong. What's the matter, hon? Well, nice to have spent a little time with you today. I'm ready to scream. I'm like, if you would have just gone, me and you, we would have had the whole day just us spending time together.
Sure. I wasn't asking for the whole day. I said a little bit of time.
It's like an arms race between you two. She brought her mom, and you had to,
I had to counter it with Jay.
You had to counter and then get Jay. I totally understand that.
But the only time I was acknowledged is when I was like, hon, do you need a beer? Or, hon, I'm going to go get more tickets. It's the only time I was acknowledged during the whole thing.
You roulette.
Well, no, he doesn't. And he's still not getting any either.
Oh, see? They hold out like that.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
That's what they do.
Okay.
It's their little way of getting us.
So you're in rare form. You're ready to rock, right?
Let's roll, man.
We got lots to get to today. We got
enemies in the paper.
Few enemies in the paper. Everyone is enjoying the fact that we came in last place, and they're starting to write about it in the papers. They're all having their little fun. Mm-hmm. We'll get into that in a little while. Also, I think we're going to play not one, but 2 rounds of Ugly Bride today.
All right. Our favorite new game, Ugly Bride.
There were some fine pictures in the Sunday papers, and we'll get to that in a little while.
Not only that, a couple of cases of jungle fever in the paper.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Also, Yankees, obviously, looking good over the weekend.
Is that necessary at all?
It is when I'm drinking my Mocha Espresso. I'm sorry. It is coming out of both ends today. I apologize.
Oh, no.
Mexican food last night and Mocha Espresso now. So it's going to be
Don't even start, man.
212-757-1027 if you got something for this mess. The fax line is 212-957-WNEW. Please send your faxes if you're working, especially on a Monday, because a lot of you guys are sluggish, and we could use the help.
Instant feedback, WNEW.com. Click on our pictures and instantly email us.
All right, on the way, we got some In Excess by Request, and coming back with Eve 6. 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York. Here's Eve 6. It's going to be one of those days. 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York. Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're finishing up their little tune here called Under the Bridge. I turned on the mics a little early. Sorry about that. Right about here is where I'm supposed to get in. Yeah, all right. It's Opie and Anthony. What's up, man?
You're a pisser.
I try to be. I try. See, you're like the funniest man alive, and I'm just a pisser.
Thank you.
That's great. It makes me feel good, Ann. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So,
wow, look at that, huh?
What?
Well, we're mentioned in the papers, Opie.
We've had
Not too flattering, is it?
Well, we've had about 4 articles written on us since we threw our loser party.
Mm-hmm.
So they took the bait. All the fun little, radio columnists took the bait and had to write about our little loser party. They couldn't believe that a station in last place would actually make fun of the fact that they're in last place. Oh, my God, it goes against all the rules. We better write about this.
Shows there's nothing going on in radio.
Absolutely nothing.
Well, I guess John Minnelli.
That was the Post article?
The Post. What's with the headline? Nothing new? Like nothing NEW in 1027's loser roll.
This is on page, I don't even know what page. It's in today's Post. Yeah, they have the headline, Nothing New in 1027's loser roll.
I think there's a bunch
first
of
of all,
stuff going on over here.
There's a lot of new things going on here at NEW, and if you would listen to the station more than just 2 hours, you would know that, John. You see, he was writing an article on NEW, right? And he was talking to our boss. And he confessed to our boss that he's never heard Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
So before he, writes this article where he tries to trash us, because it doesn't bother me, actually, he decided he was going to listen for a couple hours, Anthony.
And he heard us doing our loser, our we're in last place party.
Yes.
Yes.
So they took that concept where we were throwing our loser party and playing I'm a Loser by the Beatles, and they made a headline, Nothing New in 1027's loser roll. Well, John, if you listen more than 2 hours, considering you do write the radio column for the Post, or one of the guys that writes it for the Post, you would know that there's a lot of new things happening here at NEW.
Yeah.
And, John, you've been in radio a long time because I know you've been a programmer for a very long time. You would also know that it takes more than 6 months to turn a radio station around, John.
Declining ratings has been a tradition here.
Well, then our boss was misquoted. They didn't even get the quotes right. If you're going to interview any of us here at NEW, because everyone's having fun, making fun of us that we're in last place and stuff, run tape at least.
Well, the New York Post can't let a pesky thing like facts get in the way of their stories.
Right, exactly.
Come on. Did you read their sports section? Yankees lose 2 to Padres. Makes a better story. It's more compelling that way.
Yes.
That way we get built up. For when the Yankees win.
Of course.
So they announced that they lost 2 games.
But everyone's having fun with the fact that we're in last place, and they think nothing is new here at NEW. But the fact of the matter is me and Anthony have a very faithful following already. Mm-hmm. A little core audience that is building by the day.
Yeah.
All right? But John wouldn't know that because he doesn't listen to us. No. He listened for 2 hours before he wrote this scathing headline and article about us in the Post today. Okay. And then misquoting our boss. Declining ratings has been a tradition here. It was
who would say that?
No, the station has sucked for many years.
Yeah.
We all know that, but it's not a tradition.
A tradition.
No one's proud that NEW hasn't had ratings in the last 5 or 6 years.
Thank God the ratings went down again.
Yeah.
It's our tradition.
It's our tradition. That's what we're all about. Yeah, it's our tradition. We're trying to be in last place here. I think we're going to turn some people's heads in this town eventually. Everyone doesn't want us to succeed, Anthony, for some reason.
I don't know what it is. And why did the Post stop putting that, semi-naked girl in their paper?
Because they're trying to be politically correct like everyone else, Anthony.
That was the only thing worth buying the Post for.
Yeah. So John Great article today. We enjoyed it. Nothing new in 102.7's loser roll. Very good. Very good. You should have at least wrote about the party we had, because it was actually very, very fun and entertaining.
Of course it was. You didn't even explain what that was.
I guarantee it's better radio than has been on the radio in the afternoons in a very long time, to tell you the truth.
If you read the article, it sounds like all we did was put on the Beatles' I'm a Loser and play it all weekend. We're going to sit here for 4 hours and just play the Beatles' I'm a Loser. That'll be outrageous, whack, zanerific, Opie, won't it? Hey, come on.
Actually, we weren't even sad that day, to be honest with you, because we know this whole thing is going to turn around eventually. But John doesn't see that yet, because he's only listened for 2 hours.
Call us a loser. Only we could call ourselves losers.
Well, I don't even care if we get bad press. I just wish these guys would be fair. That's all. Get your facts together. If you're going to do an article on NEW or Opie and Anthony, why don't you at least listen for a few weeks? David Hinckley did. He wrote a fine article. That was very fair.
And we played the first line of the Beatles song.
We didn't even play the whole song.
I know.
He probably got his info from someone else that said, oh, they played I'm a Loser over and over again. No, we played like the first 3 seconds of the song, John.
Jackass. God, unbelievable.
I wonder how successful John's stations were when he was programming. Bet you they weren't too successful. So there you go. So you got John in the Post writing how we're losers. And then on Long Island, you got Peter Goodman. He writes the radio column for Newsday. Loser, loser, loser. In his column today, he writes, in the continuing sad tale of the decline of classic rocker NEW. Who says we're declining at this point?
Says we're a classic rocker.
First of all, Peter, we're not a classic rock station anymore. You write the radio column. We're not a classic rock station anymore.
Nothing about how...
The other station's the classic rock station now, and frankly, they play butt rock. Boring, old butt rock.
Nothing either about, how things are changed over here.
Right.
How going through a change might shake things up.
Yeah, Peter Goodman writes the radio column, for Newsday for Long Island mostly. Me and Anthony pretty much born and raised on Long Island. And let's face it, Long Island radio is very, very, very boring, Peter. And you know that. Me and Anthony worked at BAB for 3 years. There's nothing going on the island, radio-wise.
No.
I guarantee more people are being entertained by our show in the first 4 months that we've been here than listening to any other station in Afternoon Drive on Long Island.
He didn't write about anything going on at the station.
No.
There's less facts in here than hair on Peter Goodman's head. That is a 5 or 6 head.
Yeah, and I see he wears glasses. Maybe he needs hearing aids, too, so he could listen to the show and,
Come on, Peter.
And write a better article.
Yeah, really.
Plus, he's avoided us.
Hunt down some facts.
We're Long Island boys, and he's completely avoided us. He hasn't written an article about us to see what we're about. He hasn't come down here like David Hinckley did to, see what the show's all about.
If we were Zane-tast, fantasterific DJs, Opie, coming in to New York and sat down and kissed his ass in an interview or something,
right.
I'm sure it would be a huge story.
No, we ain't kissing his ass. Let Bob Buckman kiss his ass.
Yeah.
We don't kiss anyone's ass.
Nope.
That's what we're about. We do our thing. We'll get a faithful audience, and we're gonna do just fine.
Yeah.
And these guys are gonna be so ticked off and pissed that we do fine.
Yeah, we don't care. Write about us. We love it. But try to get some stuff right.
Just get your
just get your facts
Peter,
together.
just get your facts together. We're not a classic rock station anymore. It's not a sad tale of the decline of NEW anymore. Things have started to change, and if you've been listening, more than maybe 5 minutes a day, you would realize that at this point.
This is the story that should have been written months ago. Before, like last year, let's say, before any changes were made here at NEW.
Right.
Then it would be a sad tale of the decline of classic rocker.
Right.
Nothing changed.
Right.
Classic rock.
Right.
Same stuff.
Right.
But, there's new things going on here.
A lot of new things. The show is getting some great feedback at this point. We've only been here 4 months. It takes a long time to turn a radio station around, but everyone's having their little fun with our loser party and coming in last. But, no one's really paying attention to what is actually going on here. The people that write about this stuff.
I turned Peter's picture upside down.
Yeah.
Now draw a mouth on his forehead.
Okay.
Okay, draw a smiley mouth.
Yeah.
Because he's got a beard and mustache, so it looks like the hair on his head.
Right.
And draw a nose right under his glasses.
Okay.
Check it out. Look at him. That looks pretty good.
That is pretty good.
He's the only man that looks better upside down with a drawn-in face. Wow.
Very nice.
Well, thanks, Peter.
So all the critics having their little fun today, once again, about Opie and Anthony and WNEW. How
At
cute.
our expense. That's okay.
Well, honestly, like I said, we don't care. Just get your facts right. You know, realize we're not a classic rock station anymore. Realize that we're not playing butt rock anymore like the other station. Realize that we're not a bunch of Howard Stern Juniors over here, you know, riding the coattails of the man. We're trying to do something completely different here. So start writing about that, idiots.
All right.
Lovely.
And we rock on?
Yeah, we'll rock on. Just want to get that off our chest today.
That's it.
All right.
A little fun.
No, the listeners will have a lot more, actually. They're calling like crazy. They're probably trying to tell us to shut up. But, all right, on the way, we got Tragically Hip, some Pink Floyd. And if you got something for the show, 212-757-1027.
Why don't you put it on the air?
You're on the air.
Put it on the air.
You're on the air. We put everything on the air. What do you think
No,
this is? We're scared of you?
Oh.
I don't believe you guys.
Tune the radio
That's the
away
end.
from your spaceship, from the mothership, and tune to the station. God, I hate people.
It's going to be one of those days. I'm telling you now.
What was she taking?
I don't know. She had a point in there somewhere, I guess. I have no idea.
The point's on her head.
Yes. Well, it's pretty cool. It's Opie and Anthony, by the way. All the faithful listeners are chiming in, and they're really ticked off just like us, and we like that.
Yeah.
We like when the faithful listeners get as pissed off as we are. This all stemmed from today. A bunch of newspapers are writing articles on NEW and how we're in last place and that we're all losers and stuff. The headline in the Post, nothing new in 102.7's loser roll. So they're calling the station a loser, which means they're pretty much calling our listeners losers.
Well, that's the whole thing, I think. You know, if they call us losers, what does that say about the people that listen?
Yeah.
You know, what's this guy's angle?
Yeah.
That everybody's a loser?
Yeah, pretty much. If you're listening to Opie and Anthony right now, you too are a loser.
Yeah.
Isn't that cute? That's great. This comes from John Minelli from the Post, who admitted to our boss that he listened to our show for less than 2 hours. He listened to about a half a show and then wrote a whole article how we're in last place and that we're losers. Nothing new in 102.7's loser roll. We're a bunch of losers, Anthony. You, me, the listeners, everyone that works in this building, we're all losers.
That's right. There you go.
Now, the point me and Anthony are trying to make today, we're going to have a lot of articles written about us. We know that. That's what happened in the past, and that's okay. I don't really care if the papers don't like us. That's fine. Mm-hmm. You know, you write whatever you want, but I just wish these guys would get all their facts straight.
We always said the second the newspaper people like you, you suck.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's when, if you ever see a radio guy being written about nicely in the newspaper, they're unlistenable. Well, they're horrid.
Means they're up. So we want to, help John Minelli out because I'm sure he's going to write other articles about me and Anthony in the station. You know, he obviously isn't going to tune in to hear us because he doesn't have time, even though he writes the radio column for the Post or one of the guys that writes the column. So I was thinking maybe the listeners could, help him out and give him a call personally and maybe explain what me and Anthony are trying to do and what the station's trying to do.
Well, that might actually help. There's only one problem, Opie. It's so hard to get the phone number of these guys.
Of John Minelli from the New York Post?
Yeah, it's like to have all our listeners, call them up maybe and tell them, how they feel about the article.
Actually, Anthony, it took me 10 seconds to find the number.
Oh, if we give the number out, maybe then it'll be easier. Yes. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we want you guys to pretty much call him around the clock for the next few days, so he'll have all his facts straight for the next stupid article he writes about you and I in the station.
Well, there you go.
So John Minelli's number is 212-973-9336. Please use your intelligence.
What was that? What was that number?
212-973-9336. And, of course, we have the number here. Rick will give it to you if you need it.
But maybe just set him straight a little bit.
He's not the only one on our S list. Then you got Peter Goodman from Newsday, who has blown me and Anthony off since coming back to town. Obviously, I spent 3 years at BAB on the island. I was kicked out, basically, because they really didn't understand what me and Anthony were doing, even though we had some killer ratings in Ozzy on Hotline. All right, we'll talk to Ozzy in a bit.
All right.
But anyways, Peter Goodman's getting all his facts wrong, too. He still thinks we're a classic rock station. He writes in this article today in Newsday, in the continuing sad tale of the decline of NEW. We're not declining anymore. Anyone who does this for a living knows that it takes a while to turn a radio station around. Simple as that.
Yeah.
NEW's had pretty bad ratings for a long time now. So it's going to take more than 4 months or 6 months. It might take a year and a half to turn this place around. All I know is from the feedback we're getting, people are really starting to dig the Opie and Anthony show. Simple as that.
Well, Peter, he had a problem with those facts, and maybe he needs some enlightening.
Yeah,
by our listeners.
So the next time he writes about NEW or our show, at least he'll have his facts straight. Maybe you guys could call and tell him that it's not a classic rock station anymore. We are mixing, some of the best stuff from the past with some of the good stuff from current times.
Yeah.
Okay? And we're not like the other station in town that's just an old butt rock station playing just old butt rock. We're not like the other station that is making believe they're a rock station playing disco tunes in between the songs with their whole, Howard Stern Jr.'s on the air.
Oh.
Let's all try to be like Howard after he gets off the air. We'll play disco in between the rock songs, but we're really a rock station.
Disco.
Well, that's what I hear sometimes.
I know. I don't know what's going on over there.
So, I don't know, if you guys on the island that, remember me and Anthony from the old days could help us out and call Peter Goodman and set him straight and explain maybe what our show is about and what NEW's been doing for the last 4 months, that would help us too, okay?
Right.
So, Peter Goodman's direct line, I don't give a F anymore.
We don't care. Come on.
516-843-2943.
What's that number?
516-843-2943. And once again, please use your intelligence, not your stupidity.
Okay.
All right? And like I said, earlier, I don't care if these guys write bad articles about us, but, we're just looking for all the facts to be presented in the papers.
Yeah, that's all.
And the New York Times, they're another story. They actually had someone from L.A. write about me and Anthony, and they never heard their show. But that article was like 3 months ago, so we'll let them slide this time. But how pathetic. They had a writer from L.A. write a whole article about you and I, got pictures from like 6 years ago.
They traced all the facts down, though.
Yeah, they had all their facts right. I wish it was 3 months ago, but oh well. We'll let them slide this time. But if you need any of the numbers for Peter or John, give us a call here at the station, okay?
All right.
All right, on the way, we got the Doors, see? The best of like kind of the olden days.
Okay.
And Days of New. Now they're a new band, right?
New, right.
So why is Peter Goodman saying we're a classic rock station?
Because he's a knucklehead.
Yeah, you were so good.
That's right.
1027 WNEW, The Rock of New York. Better than Ezra, good. The Doors and Days of the New. That's why we call ourselves the Rock of New York, Anthony.
That's it, exactly.
Now, if you're playing a new band like Days of New, wouldn't you consider your station a classic rock station still?
Oh, please.
Well, Peter Goodman from Newsday does.
Screw him. Screw them all up.
Well, people want his phone number so they can leave a little message, so he'll have all his facts next time he writes about us and NEW.
Exactly.
Peter Goodman, who writes the radio column for Long Island's Newsday, 516-843-2943. How to pass it along because people are asking about that, okay?
Good deal.
On the phone, we got Ozzy.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Yes, Black Sabbath. This is pretty cool. They're doing an in-store tonight at midnight at Virgin Megastore.
Mm-hmm.
The whole band's going to be down there. It's going to be nuts. Let's talk to us.
We need some of the UN translators. Because I remember last time we talked to Ozzy, I could barely understand him.
Yeah. So if you're listening at home, maybe you could, transcribe this interview that we're about to have with Ozzy. He could hear us, too. Just kidding, Oz. And, maybe fax it into us so we know exactly what he said back. Actually, the Black Sabbath fans are real good at this.
Yeah.
They're used to these, Ozzy rants. So
we love Ozzy.
Fax line is 212-957-WNEW. Let's say hi to Ozzy. Ozzy!
Ozzy Osbourne!
Yeah! Yeah!
Classic rock station, my ass.
That's right. Hey, we need some advice from you today, Ozzy.
Yeah.
We have all the papers writing nasty articles about us, and they're not getting any of the facts about what we're doing here.
Man, I was just listening as you were talking. That's been the story of my life. Don't bother. You don't play your music for them assholes. You play it for the people that listen to your radio show. And whatever you feel cool about, you keep on the spirit of what you want to keep on playing the music for.
Right on, Ozzy.
Don't get swayed by those creeps because they'll drive you out of a job, man.
Well, they're calling our station the loser station and me and Anthony loser. So, Ozzy, I think you're a loser, too, because you're even talking to us.
No, but you know what? From day one, with Black Sabbath's first release in 1970, they said it would never last, it would never happen, and here we are 30 years later, we're still doing as bigger, if not bigger.
Ozzy!
Yeah. Take it from Ozzy.
I want to be with the losers. I like the losers, man, because losers are cool people.
It's good company, right?
Yeah. I know goddamn loser. Neither do you guys, man. You please still play your music from your heart, man.
There you go. So you got this double CD out, huh?
Yeah. Reunion, it's a great CD, man. As I was saying myself, I'm really proud of it, man.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's got all the faves on here. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, War Pigs, Fairies Wear Boots.
Absolutely. Have you heard the new studio tracks?
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
Yeah, it's good.
Hey, Oz, do you still rule your own household?
No, the wife does.
That's what I'm hearing more and more in all the interviews. It looks like the wife's got Ozzy's ballies.
Nah, she hasn't. She just... My wife's a permanent shopaholic. She goes, I went past the shop today. I bought you this new jacket. How much is that, darling? $5,000. Oh, okay. I walk around like Coco the Clown for a week, you know.
I actually heard you had your balls removed, and she, keeps them in the purse, and you have to ask permission to have them.
Nah, it's not that good yet.
Not yet, huh?
Not yet. She's trying for it, though, but I was a light sleeper.
There you go.
Hey, Ozzy. Is this true? I hear. What is it? Isn't it one of your daughters is going out with one of the Hanson kids?
No.
What's up with that, Ozzy?
I don't know. It's another lie like you get lied about, It's another lie.
Is it? How did that one get concocted?
I just hope she's not going out with Frank and Hanson.
The same guy that wrote that about you guys from L.A. probably wrote the same thing about my daughter,
That's almost
she's
lesbian going out with one of the Hanson kids.
She's real pissed off about that.
Really? What a bad rap.
I know, well, we all get them. Listen, are you guys coming to the in-store at Virgin Megastore tonight at midnight?
Yes, of course. It's the first ever Black Sabbath in-store. It's happening at Virgin Records in Midtown, and it's going to be at midnight.
I want to see a lot of people there. I want to see everybody go crazy tonight. Stop this traffic,
I don't know. In New York City at midnight, you probably won't get that many kooks coming out.
I don't know. Do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, if you see Hillary on the streets today, could you punch her in the face for us?
Who's Hillary?
Yeah, exactly. Well, she's in town again, so we're all going to have a miserable ride home because
Hillary
she's got to go
Clinton's
shopping.
Probably going to be down there. She's a big Black Sabbath fan, I hear. Maybe you could bag her, Ozzy.
No, I mean, Monica seems to be the one to go for this show, isn't it?
The chubby chaser.
All right.
You got to be honest, he's president of yours. I don't know about anything else. He needs his eyes testing, man, because,
Hey, what is
if you're the president of the United States, the most powerful man in the world, and you can't get better-looking chicks than that, there's something wrong. Pick up a rock guitar and learn to play rock and roll instead of a saxophone, man. I'm glad I never picked up a saxophone, man.
Hey, Ozzy. In your worst drunken, drugged-out stupor, would you ever do a pig like Monica Lewinsky?
Yeah, one might do.
I'd throw her one.
Yeah.
Why not?
Really?
Yeah, a little variety never hurt.
You'd be getting the hot babes.
You got to clean the palate every once in a while.
What's that other dog? What's her name? Look, looks like a man in drag. What's her name?
Oh, Paula Jones?
Man, she's dog ugly, man.
Yes, she is.
He must have been on some bad, smart dope on that day, man.
There's not enough drugs in the world for Paula Jones, in my case.
I don't know.
I would. Wait a minute, come on. You do Paula? What would the circumstances be for Ozzy to do Paula Jones?
4 tubs of mescaline, 4 grams of coke, bottle of tequila, and a smack on the back of the head off the wife.
Ozzy would bite the head off a bat, but he won't kiss Paula Jones.
I'll kiss her ass.
There you go. All right, Oz.
All right, man. Take care.
Yeah, we'll see you tonight. In-store Virgin Mega Store at midnight. I can't wait, actually.
Be there or be squared. I'm gonna be there. So is Sabbath.
All right, Oz.
Kick ass, Ozzy. Kick ass.
Kick off. We'll have some good shagadelic time.
Sound like Austin Powers.
All right, man.
Take care.
Thanks, Oz.
Bye-bye.
Opie and Anthony.
102.7 WNEW, The Rock of New York. It's Tom Petty. Some people consider this a classic rock song, Anthony.
Really?
But we're going to follow it up with Lenny Kravitz, which is a new song.
Oh, this will confuse the hell out of me.
So we are still the Rock of New York. We're not the classic rock station. Yeah! 102.7 WNEW, The Rock of New York. The latest from Lenny Kravitz, Fly Away. See, if you're a classic rock station, you can't play Lenny Kravitz's latest. Peter Goodman. Peter. Hello, Peter. We're talking to you today, yes.
All right.
You didn't have your facts right again when you're talking about us and NEW.
It's all right, Ope. We got our listeners on it.
In Newsday today, in the continuing sad tale of the decline of classic rocker, NEW. No, we're not a classic rock station anymore, Peter.
Well, his story's a little dated. He doesn't have his updated facts.
I'll admit there's one classic rock station in New York now, and they play butt rock. We like to call it butt rock. Stuff you've heard 10,000 times in the month of October alone.
The month of October.
The month of Rocktober. Yeah, you guys could have that one, by the way. We don't want it anymore. We really don't need that anymore. Sorry.
We're going with Rockvember.
Yeah.
We're going to be totally outrageous.
There you go. So we're trying to teach Peter Goodman from Newsday and John Minnelli from The Post what we're trying to do here, because both seem a little clueless in their articles today about us and NEW. And the faithful listeners actually are calling up the two lovely columnists to explain exactly what's going on here at NEW the last 4 to 6 months, right, Ant?
Mm-hmm.
And we got the phone numbers here at the station if you need them. We want you to get a hold of them and explain it to them in a nice, intelligent way. All right?
All right.
Very good.
You want to move on to some fun?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's have some fun. And what's more fun than games, Opie?
Right? My favorite game, Anthony.
It is Monday.
Yes.
We do have the Sunday edition of both Newsday.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you have over there?
The Star Ledger.
The Star Ledger.
Got to get our Jersey listeners involved today.
And, of course, we're talking about the wedding section, where they have the lovely photogs of the brides and grooms that have been recently wed.
Yes.
And, of course, this must mean we're going to be playing our favorite game, Ugly Bride.
Ugly Bride, yes, Anthony.
It's an easy game.
Now, I got to explain something before we move on really fast here. We got a ton of email and faxes and stuff last week. Everyone wanted to know why we didn't play Ugly Bride last week. Mm-hmm. Well, we couldn't play Ugly Bride because all the photographs were really hot.
Yeah, we're not BSing here.
We had to cancel the Ugly Bride contest last week because all the brides looked lovely. But this week is a different story, isn't it, Anthony?
Due to a lack of hideousness, it was canceled last week. There was some hotties last week.
Yeah, big time.
Lucky grooms.
But this week, we definitely have some candidates. And remember, ladies, if you did send your picture into the paper, all brides are beautiful. There's just bad photographs.
Just bad photos.
So which paper you want to start with today, Ant?
Let's start with the Jersey paper, yeah.
The Ledger?
Star Ledger.
Okay, so if you got the Sunday Star Ledger and you got the wedding photos, you give us a call right now to play Ugly Bride. 212-757-1027.
Let me see that. I want to see. Did you pick somebody already? Who you think?
Yes, I did.
Which one? On this side?
Right there.
Right there?
Oh, my God. Now, the winner of Ugly Bride today will win an O&A prize package, which includes an O&A T-shirt.
Oh, wow. You really want to wear that.
And a new Aerosmith CD, double CD, that's not in stores yet, right? It's not on sale yet? Nope. Actually, I don't even have a copy of this. Little south of Sanity.
Wow,
cool.
We actually have prizes?
Yeah, we do for Ugly Bride.
You don't just win the opportunity to ruin somebody's perfect day?
No, of course not.
Huh.
So if you want to play Ugly Bride, 212-757-1027. On the way, some Hendrix and Marcy Playground. Stay there. 1027 WNEW, the Rock of New York. The Clash, of course. Train in Vain. It's Opie and Anthony. Got to remind you guys, we got something really cool tomorrow. NEW has your tickets to an invitation-only performance by R.E.M. I think this is going to be the only concert they do for this new CD.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Intimate performance for 400 people on Wednesday night, and beginning tomorrow at 3 on our show, we're going to have your tickets. This is going to be so freaking cool. It's going to happen at the Bowery Ballroom, I believe.
All right.
So make sure you listen tomorrow like you do every day, hopefully.
Intimate setting.
Yes. At this time, we got to move on with Ugly Bride. We got our contestants on the line waiting to play, Anthony. Want to give the rules real fast again?
Well, we're choosing the bridal section of the Star Ledger this week. And you know how they have the pictures of the brides and grooms that have recently been married? Well, we pick out who we deem Ugly Bride of the week.
Yes.
Your job is to get a copy of the same paper and pick the same Ugly Bride as we did. You have to match us.
Yes.
And if you do that, you're going to win an Aerosmith CD, Opie and Anthony T-shirt.
Right.
Wow. Makes a good oil rag.
Wash your car with it a couple times. What the heck?
That's all.
All right.
And the pleasure of knowing you've destroyed somebody's great day.
Well, that's not true. I mean, before we move on here, I got to explain once again that there are no ugly brides, Anthony, just bad photographs.
Well, we all know that.
Okay.
I'm sure as she walked down the aisle, she looked lovely.
There you go. So, without further ado, let's get our contestant on the line here.
Okay.
Rob!
Yo!
What's up, man? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Whippany.
All right, you got the Star Ledger from Sunday?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It looks like a three-way tie here.
Well, I got to explain. We're not going to pick on the old people.
Okay, yeah, well, no, I already figured that out.
I mean, we do have a heart.
And don't be confused by the engagement announcement.
I got you there.
Which I think has a ringer.
Yeah, she was the ringer, but then we realized that it's an engagement photo. So.
I opened it up and I saw it. I said, that's the one, but then I realized it's an engagement. What am I going with the name here, or am I?
Let's do it right now. Who do you think is the ugliest bride in the Sunday Star Ledger?
It's got to be the one from the Peterson Borchardt picture.
Yeah! Bravo! God damn, that's funny. Yes, Joanne is this week's ugliest bride.
That's kind of sad because I knew somebody's picture was supposed to be in there this week, but I missed it. I was kind of worried.
Oh, the daughter of Carol and Robert, Joanne.
You got it.
She just, she looks scared or something.
Oh, am I going to hell now or what?
Yes. Well, yeah, but we'll be there, and we're bringing a keg, so.
Nice.
It should be okay.
Excellent.
We're going to give you that Aerosmith CD that's not even out yet, and we're going to give you the ONA T-shirt.
Actually, I didn't know you guys had T-shirts out. All right, cool.
Oh, yeah, man.
Good deal. You got a loyal listener here.
What do you think of Joanne's picture in the paper?
Not much.
No, huh?
Nah.
Would anything have helped, you think, or?
A couple cases, maybe.
I think it was the photograph, Opie.
Yeah, of course, there's no ugly bride, just bad photographs. Yes.
Yeah. Well, she's got her head pulled back. She's got, like, the double chin going.
Yeah.
So, I hope it's because her head's pulled back and it's just falling down like that, but...
Well, let's take a look at a couple of the other pictures really fast here while we got you on the line, Rob.
Alrighty.
Did you see the Jungle Fever couple?
Yeah, we were sitting here actually just trying to pick out. Now they were the backups we had. They were the runner-ups we had going.
Man, the photographer needed a better flash cube, I think.
Wait, wasn't it sunny out this weekend too? And
you can't see the guy's face.
No, exactly.
I'd be upset if I was black and I made it into the newspaper because a lot of the times the newsprint just totally blots out your face.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's awful. That's a rotten picture right there. And she's got that awful, like, pancake-looking hat on top of her head, too.
Yeah, but she wasn't as ugly as Joanne. And then, before we move on here, we got to talk about the guy who married Tara Lipinski over here on the right. What is going on there, man?
She looks like she's 12.
Oh, my... No, I didn't see that. Oh, my God.
Adam is marrying Tara Lipinski, it looks like.
The guy looks like he's 6'5", and she looks like she's 2'2".
Yeah, he's a cradle robber. But she's cute.
When they're toes to toes, her nose is in it. And when they're nose to nose, her toes is in it.
That old gag.
I guess if she sits on the curb and her feet hit the ground, she's legal.
There you go. All right, Rob. Well, thanks for playing Ugly Bride.
Hey, thanks, man.
Hold on the line so you can claim your prizes.
You got it.
All right. 1027 WNEW, The Rock of New York. Blondie, of course, one way or another. Billy Idol and Kiss 2. Kiss coming to town, Madison Square Garden, November 23rd. It's Opie and it's Anthony and it's you guys listening, and we totally appreciate that. I guess Peter Goodman from Newsday and John Manelli from The Post don't want to play anymore.
Why?
Their lines are busy.
You think they took it off the hook?
I'm sure they don't want to deal with this. You know.
Is that even something you do these days?
What do you mean?
Take it off the hook.
Take it off the hook? Yeah, I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah.
How do you take a phone off the hook now?
That's what you did in the old days.
That's true.
Now you just unplug it or hit a button.
Yeah, but if you're just tuning in because you're jumping in your car, me and Anthony have pretty much had it with all these, like, radio reporters.
Yeah.
Except for David Hinckley. Until he pisses us off, he's been very fair. He's written a couple things about us. And at least David Hinckley, when he writes an article about NEW and Opie and Anthony, he'll spend some time. He'll listen to the show. He even came down here. He interviewed us. He got all his facts together, and then he wrote his article. You know, this is the United States of America. He has his opinions, and he's allowed to spew them. Okay? John Manelli, on the other hand, from The Post, admitted to our boss that he heard me and Anthony for 2 hours because, you know, our boss told him before you write this article in The Post to at least listen to the guys. Mm-hmm. So he gave it 2 hours maybe, and then wrote pretty much a ridiculous article for The Post today. Mm-hmm. And then Peter Goodman, same case on the island. He from Newsday, he thinks we're a classic rock station. We've only been trying to be the Rock in New York for 6 months. He still doesn't get what the Rock in New York means and what a classic rock station means. Yet, do we play elements of classic rock here at NEW still? Of course. There's a lot of great tunes that are worth playing on the air still. But we're also trying to update the music and the sound of NEW and play some of the hotter, newer bands.
It's the whole scope of rock.
Yes.
That's all.
But Peter Goodman thinks we're a classic rock station. So our faithful listeners have been calling these two morons for the last 2.5 hours, and I guess they finally had it because, it's busy.
Fine.
So there you go. And to the faithful listeners, we totally appreciate it because we've had it. I mean, if they want to write their nasty articles about us and the station, that's fine. That's their right, of course.
We don't care.
We just want them to have all their facts together before they write these articles. I mean, the Post is calling us losers, saying there's nothing new at the loser station, WNEW, or whatever it is. I don't have the article in front of me anymore. So I personally think if they're calling us losers, they're calling our listeners losers. So
that would pretty much make sense, yeah.
So that's great. How does that make you feel out there in your car as you're in traffic and we're trying to entertain you after a hard day of work, huh?
Fantastic.
We do have the phone numbers here, though, because I suggest people continue calling tomorrow. So at least they get all their facts together when they write the next article about us or NEW, right? Mm-hmm. That's only fair, I think.
Yeah.
All right, Ed, what do you got?
I'll say hi to Jeff. Jeffrey went to John Glenn High School. Rumored that I attended John Glenn.
Yes, you did.
In Elwood. Yes, I did. I did go to John Glenn High School. And this guy said I'd be proud of me and my friends. I snuck into the tender trap and managed not to get kicked out.
Wait. Hey, wait.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that in a sec. Scott Herman's in here.
Scott.
Our big boss.
Uh-oh.
See, we have some interesting information to shed some light on this.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
We actually have...
He's got the ratings book out.
I know.
We actually have...
Are you going to whack somebody, boss?
Well, we have in the week, in the course of the week.
Okay.
We have 956,000 listeners.
Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
That's 956,000 different people come to the radio station.
In 1 week.
In 1 week.
Okay.
Now, what's the first paper that trashed us?
The Post.
Okay. The Post has 343,000 people as a circulation. Okay?
All right.
They are the 5th newspaper circulation-wise.
Oh, that's too bad.
Okay.
So they're a loser paper.
What's the other paper that trashed us?
Newsday.
Newsday. They have 560,000 circulation. That's about 400,000 less than us, right?
Yeah. Right.
In fact, the number one circulation is the Daily News.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
New York's hometown paper.
685,000 circulation.
All right.
So we're bigger than that.
We're bigger than all the papers. And they're calling us the loser station.
Calling us loser.
Yeah, great.
Maybe we should critique them.
We have been critiquing them. We're not sure if the Yankees won or not.
Yeah, it says it on the back of the Post, but I'm not going to believe it.
Yeah.
They let things, they don't let the, pesky things like facts get in the way of a good story.
Yeah, of course. We're not sure if the Yankees won last night, boss. I mean, the Post is saying they won, but how could we take anything they say for fact?
Can't,
right? Maybe
Thanks for clearing that up. Look, he carries that around.
I've been doing this research all day.
Doesn't that tick you off when you read that stuff in the papers?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, they're allowed to write whatever they want, of course, but they got to get their facts together before they write those articles.
Pretty funny. Years ago, there was a guy at Channel 4, Jerry Nachman, who was the news director, who got so tired of the papers trashing them that he started a feature checking everything the paper did.
Oh,
like
really?
Fact-checking and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But nobody was interested, so they canceled the feature.
Lack of interest.
Yeah, I wonder if the listeners even care, but...
I'm surprised you even get that far down in the radio column after it says 10-10 wins, is number one.
I have dual responsibility.
Very good, our boss, Scott Herman. That's a very interesting fact.
Clearing that up. We actually reach more people than the Post and the Daily News.
There you go.
Or the Post and Newsday.
There you go. Look, he's showing you personally.
I see that. Got charts and graphs, everything I hated in school.
Yeah, look at that.
All right. Well, thanks for clearing that up.
Thank you.
Oh, I get to keep this.
We definitely feel better now. And the guys from the Post and the Newsday, their phones are busy now.
Yeah.
I guess they don't want to play.
All right.
They don't want to play with us anymore, Anthony.
Good.
Now they're ticked off. Oh, well. All right, we'll get back to that instant feedback in just a minute.
later.
All right, we got that Bruce Springsteen thing from Tracks. We played it all weekend long. I hope you had a chance to hear it. If you didn't, stick around. We'll play it next. 102.7 WNEW, The Rock of New York. We got a track from Tracks. I hope you heard this over the weekend. We had the world premiere of Bruce Springsteen. This is Growing Up. 102.7 WNEW, The Rock of New York. The latest from Kenny Wayne Shepherd. That's Blue on Black. It's Opie and Anthony. Thanks for tuning in today. We're a little ticked off, and we finally had it, and we're expressing our opinions on the air today, I guess, is the way to look at it.
Our feelings.
If you were listening last week, we found out that we came in last in the ratings, so me and Anthony threw what we called a loser party.
We understand how this works. We came in to a station that was a little floundering for a few years, a little stagnant. Some changes going down at NEW. Hopefully, we'll rouse the troops, get some people back to the station. But these things don't happen overnight. We're not silly. We understand that. So as we build the station back up, we go through what they call lousy ratings periods.
Yes.
Which happened, and we ended up in last place. We understand that, and we had fun with it.
And instead of sitting here crying and feeling bad for ourselves, we decided to make light of it and have some fun.
Which we did.
Because me and Anthony basically don't give a F.
So when the papers write that we're in last place, but don't explain that there are new things happening here at NEW.
And that we're in a transitional period.
Right. They just call us like a classic rock station, which it isn't anymore.
No.
Here at NEW.
Can we get that out on the table? NEW is not a classic rock station anymore.
We play a lot of good classic rock here.
We play some classic rock, yes, but we also play a lot of new rock.
Yeah.
And that's where we're trying to get some new people listening to the station by playing some of the newer rock.
But the point is, a lot of these newspaper guys that wrote about us, they don't explain the whole story.
No.
That's how newspapers are.
Because they want to see us fail, basically.
That's how a lot of the news is. TV, too. But, yeah, they either want you to fail or they don't have time for things like facts.
Right.
That's the thing. A quick headline, which we find out as far as the Post is concerned, the guy didn't even write. He says, nothing NEW, nothing new in 102.7's loser roll.
Right.
There's a lot of new things going on here.
There's a ton of new things going on, and we're picking up new listeners every day. But there's
a guy's name on there,
John Minnelli,
and we talked to him earlier, and he says, I didn't write the headline.
Yeah.
Your damn name is on the paper.
Right.
And you didn't write the headline?
You're not responsible for the headline in your own article that you write?
Is that pathetic, John? I think it is.
And when he contacted our boss to tell him that he was writing an article on NEW, he admitted that he's never heard Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
And this article, this little blurb or whatever, there's a lot of Opie and Anthony in here. So we found out after the fact that he did tune us in for 2 hours when we were having our loser party.
Yeah.
And then made all these assumptions that nothing is new here. It's the same old thing. No, it's not the same old thing. And just wait. You'll see that it isn't. Okay?
Just get it straight. Go the extra mile and get the facts before you write a story.
And trust me, me and Anthony we're very used to bad press.
Yeah.
We could, if you care, we could put all our bad press on the internet. You'll get bored reading it all. But, the difference, though, in the past was that the people got their facts together and then wrote whatever they want. And that's fine. That's your right.
Mm-hmm.
As a columnist.
Exactly.
But these people, they don't even get their facts. The guy doesn't even listen to us. He's listened 2 hours, and he's writing this whole article about how nothing is new at NEW.
So that was Jackass number 1.
John Minnelli.
And then we had Jackass number 2.
Peter Goodman from Newsday.
From Snooze Day.
Snooze Day, who writes about radio on Long Island, which is probably the most boring radio market in the world.
Yeah.
I worked there for 3 years. It was fun. I had a good time. But honestly, come on, is there really anything going on there?
Snooze-a-rooney, yeah. Snooze fest.
So Peter Goodman decided to take his little shots at us today. And he's had the opportunity, just like David Hinckley, to come in and see what Opie and Anthony is all about and what NEW is trying to accomplish here.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously passed so far. He's decided he'll just trash us. David Hinckley spent the afternoon here. He's listened to the show for a couple weeks from the Daily News, and he wrote what I consider a fair article because he had all his facts.
Right.
Peter Goodman in today's Newsday in the radio column. In the continuing sad tale of the decline of classic rocker WNEW, Peter, we're not a classic rock station anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we did throw a loser's party on the air, but it was all fun.
Explain
fun and
why.
games. But he makes it out to be like we're sitting here all depressed and sad about the ratings and throwing ourselves a loser party. Trust me and Anthony are not losers.
You know, last year, you could write that story. Because essentially, this was a classic rock station that had been stagnating for years.
Yes.
Without anything new being pumped into it.
Yes.
So that when you write a story like you just wrote, Peter, people get the idea that it's the same thing.
Yeah.
That nothing has changed, and it is still a stagnating classic rock station.
Right. Peter, we're playing a ton of new bands here at NEW.
You're the radio guy. Turn on the radio.
Yeah, figure it out. If a station is playing new bands, that's not a classic rock station, Peter. We have to educate these people.
What a dope.
We have to educate them and write a long article exactly about what's going on here at the station.
No.
Anyway, we got Peter Goodman's son on the line. He's calling in to defend his father, I guess.
Really?
Well, we can't really confirm that this is actually Peter Goodman's son, but it sounds like it possibly could be because he's angry.
Oh, that's kind of noble. Kid wanting to call and defend his father. I'll give him that.
Hi, who's this?
This is Peter Goodman's son.
All right, and what do you got?
Okay, wait, who is this?
Opie and Anthony.
Oh, hello, Opie and Anthony.
You're on the air, by the way.
I am?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, I just wanted to say,
Hey, can we talk to your father?
No, he's at work.
What is he writing today?
What's he writing? I don't know. What's he writing? And his line's not busy because we just talked to him.
You're claiming that none of our listeners are trying to call him. Cute. Okay, go ahead. How old are you?
I'm 14.
All right.
You better not say anything bad about my dad anymore. Okay, just listen. Now, I don't want to, like, ball you out or anything. But you were saying that my dad doesn't do any research about it and he doesn't pay attention to the facts?
Yeah, before you move on, did you read the paper today?
Yeah, a little.
Okay. The first line, he says, in the continuing sad tale of the decline of classic rocker NEW. Is NEW a classic rock station?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Well, I don't understand that. Okay, wait.
You said your father does research. He didn't do his research. It's not a classic rock station.
Oh, here we go. In continuing sad tale of the decline of...
Why am I talking to a 14-year-old about this? Jesus.
Well, geez, you know what? I'm probably smarter than you are.
Why are you listening to this station? Your father
anyway,
calls us losers.
Give me your home number so I could call your father.
What?
Give me your home number so I could call your father.
I'm not going to give you my home number.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, the listeners want to talk to your dad tonight.
I could care less what the listeners want.
You obviously care because you're calling us. All right, continue.
I'm calling you because I care what you say about my dad on the air.
Hey, do you have any hair?
Yes, I've got plenty of hair.
It's not
I'm not going bald like you guys probably
are. It ain't going
are.
to be there for long.
Excuse me?
That's genetic, you know. You see your father's picture
I know
in the
I'm going to
paper?
go bald. I don't give. I don't care.
That's your reality staring you in the face when you see his picture. Now, when was that taken, by the way?
Listen, I see my dad every day. I know he's bald. And I know I'm going to go bald.
All right, when was the picture taken for the Newsday column? Because most of these columnists, they have a photograph taken like 1960, and they just, keep it for 38 years.
Oh, no, this is a pretty recent picture.
Oh, that was taken on your 3rd birthday?
Oh, no, like 2 months ago.
Okay, go ahead.
Listen, he does do the research because every time I get into the car with him, he turns on 102.7.
Right.
And he listens to you guys.
Right.
And he's always talking to me about, the different radio stations. And he's always, arguing with me about the different styles. And I would listen to your station, and the music I hear, it sounds like classic rock.
Hey, does your mom have a boyfriend?
Listen, your station sucks crap, okay? And if you freaking talk about my mom or my dad one more time, I swear to God, I'm going to go down there and rip your freaking heart out, okay?
All right, you're a funny kid.
Oh, yeah, you're a funny shithead, too.
Continue.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
We lose him?
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh, come on. You were a little harsh on the kid, Ope.
No, he had some chops to him. I can appreciate a kid with chops.
I like that. He's got spunk, that kid.
All right, so should we educate the audience really fast? Well, the audience knows. The critics out there, they're all listening from their lovely little papers. Okay, NEW is now the rock of New York. That means we kind of play the best of the old and best of the new. Lack of a better way to explain it, okay? So you hear some cool stuff from the past, and you'll hear some cool stuff from today's rock.
Right.
Okay. Then you got the classic rock station in town. They play but old rock.
Right.
But rock, we like to call them now, okay? And then you got the other station trying to be a rock station, Howard Station, okay? Yeah. But in between trying to be a rock station, they play a lot of disco. Right?
I have noticed that on occasion.
A lot of stuff where you're... And all their jocks are Howard Stern Juniors, basically.
Okay.
So now we got it all figured out, right?
That's pretty much, that spells it out.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Phone's going like crazy here. The Dave Matthews Band, his latest. What are you laughing at? Everyone's laughing in the hallways. They can't believe we decided to take it out today.
Ah, come on.
All right, and we got some Red Ryder next. Stay there. And I got a fax here. I just called John Minnelli from the New York Post, and it appears that he is very short on time these days. Not only did he just have 2 hours to devote to your program, but he's currently working towards a deadline. He asked me to call back later. I just wanted to inform the other listeners so they could plan their calls appropriately.
All right.
I think he's writing an article on that hot, brand-new talent, Howard Stern. I think he's just discovered that.
That kid might do something someday.
Yeah, I better write about it in the Post. Just getting that together, I guess. All right, let's move on here. Here's Red Ryder. 1027 WNEW, The Rock of New York. That's the latest from the Dave Matthews Band. That's Crush. You see, a classic rock station can't play the latest from the Dave Matthews Band. Or have me and Anthony been in a coma, and it's actually the year 2025, and that's now a classic rock station.
Maybe.
Song.
Hello.
Oh, man. What a day. All right, we should move on a little bit here.
Yes,
though, huh?
Exactly.
Anthony, your pal Randy's on the phone.
Randy. What does Randy want?
He always calls in with something interesting.
Randy, where are you? Hello?
Randy.
Randy?
Yeah.
Randy.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
We got you on the air live, man.
Oh, okay.
I heard you want to ask Anthony something.
Yeah, I just wondering where he was all weekend. I tried calling him about 6-7 times. I had an extra seat to the World Series there, and he wasn't around.
Oh, my God. What?
Yeah, I had an extra ticket.
Are you kidding me?
No, I've been trying. I called you, I don't know, at least a half a dozen times. Never called me back.
Didn't you listen to the show Friday, Randy?
No.
I was up in Massachusetts going to the Renaissance Fair with my mother-in-law. Oh, my God. Oh, who wants to go to that pesky old World Series anyway?
Yeah, the Yankees just kicked a little butt, that's all, you know.
Are you kidding? Did you really have an extra ticket?
Yeah, I did. This could be the last game here, too, you know. If they win 2 out in San Diego there, that's it. It's all over, pal.
You blew off the World Series for the Renaissance Festival.
I didn't know. I left Friday afternoon after the show. When did you call me?
Saturday and Sunday. Both days.
Well, that's all right. You know, I'm sure the Yankees will be in, the World Series next year.
That's a possibility. But at least I hope you had fun watching the leaves change color and stuff up there, you know.
Jen is giving Anthony the look of death right now.
No, I'm not. I don't really care, actually.
That care means I really, really care.
No, we go to the Renaissance Fair every year, so it's not like I dragged him somewhere he didn't want to go. He's gone voluntarily.
It's not like the Yankees go to the World Series every year,
Well,
though, either.
not like he knew about the World Series before we got up there, so.
Exactly. Oh, my God. Oh.
Well, if they come back here, maybe we'll get another seat. That's a big if they come back.
All right, man.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I went to the Renaissance Fair. I missed going to the World Series, and Jen's mad at me.
Mad at you. Why am I mad at you?
How does this work?
No, you explain to me how I'm mad at you.
I'm just looking at you, and I'm detecting anger.
Well, your detection's off.
And you guys wonder why Opie's not married, huh?
Yeah, this is...
There you go.
Well, Opie's not married, but he has to go watch the leaves change.
No. I had a manly weekend this past weekend.
This past weekend, but who went pumpkin picking?
I watched lots of sports this weekend.
Yeah, your little red cart for your pumpkin. Hey, Opie, Mr. Man.
Look, she's so pissed off at that, she's going to try to attack me.
Good. Divert it away. I don't care.
Hey, Opie, if I had your new number, I would have asked you.
I appreciate it, Randy. I can still hang with you.
All right. Well... Who knows?
There you go, Randy. You've started a lot of trouble here now.
Yeah, apparently so. Well, I'm going to get off the phone and let them hash it out.
Well, Randy has a history of doing this to me. Because when Jen used to tend bar, she tended bar down at, what was that, off-Broadway?
Box of Bees.
In Green Lawn.
Yeah.
And Randy would go there after work. and Jen's Tendon Bar, Randy would get her so wound up and pissed off that I would walk in after work, "Hi, honey." And I told Randy one day, I go, "You know what you do? It's like you take a jar of bees, shake it up all day, and then open it up and put it in my face." Because that's exactly what it did to her.
Well, you know, Aunt, you weren't Angel in that either.
Why?
Because he'd go, "Here, do this." And you just go ahead and do it. Go, okay, and then the next thing you know, I'm screaming at you because Randy had pissed me off with it all day.
Oh, she hated when you took, like, the ashtray on the bar and went like this?
Yeah, that's when the guy was on TV and burnt his fingers off or something. I was doing that, imitating him, yeah.
And then he goes, "Yeah, do this. Curl your fingers up and put them in Jen's face. Do that." She gets really pissed. I'm like, "Okay." And she'd be like, "Knock it off!" And all mad at me.
That's why you guys love me, though.
All right, Randy.
That's right, Randy.
All right, guys.
We're going to let you go.
Bye.
Bye. There you go. Damn. You could have went to the World Series.
That's all right. I had fun anyway.
Yeah.
Could you hit a button over there, Opie?
No, because I'd like to see you sweat.
Yeah, okay.
All right. On the way, we got some Eric Clapton and Green Day next. It's Opie and Anthony back to the classic rock here at NEW that we love to play. I think when this song came out, me and Anthony were in Nam in the Foxhole shooting and stuff, and we had our Walkmans on, and we heard this song for the first time.
Walkmans in Nam.
Well, yeah, just go with it, all right, Ant?
Oh, because it's a classic?
Yes.
What is it?
It's Green Day.
Oh, yeah, I remember them.
Just being a classic rock station, we can't possibly be playing anything new here.
They opened for The Who.
That's right.
Yeah.
At Woodstock, I believe.
Right.
1027 WNEW, The Rock in New York. Eric Clapton, The Police, and Green Day in there from Nimrod, Time of Your Life. It's Opie and Anthony. Thanks for checking us out today. We appreciate it.
Sure do.
Sorry that we're bitching most of the time today, but we still have time to do some type of show here.
Yeah.
Actually, Ozzy was fun earlier.
Ozzy was a lot of fun.
He's always fun when we get to talk to him.
I just laughed listening to him talk.
Yeah.
What? I don't have my Ozzy to English translation book.
All right. What do you got on instant feedback?
Well, I wanted to hit on this earlier. Jeff from East Northport, Long Island, checking in. My hometown, Opie.
Mm-hmm.
Harborfield sucks.
Easy.
I don't know. This guy goes to John Glenn High School, and it said it's rumored that you attended John Glenn. And yes, I did. I attended. Sometime. I like I'll get to that a little later, but says went to the Tender Trap and managed not to get kicked out. Now, that's what I did, too, when I was a kid. The Tender Trap was a titty bar on Long Island.
Danny's Den down the road was better, bro.
Yeah, but I could get into the Tender Trap when I was, like, I don't know, 16.
Yeah.
So I relate to what this kid's saying. And it was, I remember going in with a pile of quarters and throwing them on the bar, shaking, as this bartender smiled and gave me a beer.
Yeah.
And I nursed the thing until it was probably 100 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Swill at the bottom of the bottle. Just like gazing.
Remember how nervous you would get when the waitress would come around and try to, push another beer on you?
Yeah.
And you just didn't have money.
Didn't have the money, but I don't want to leave.
Right. It was like a $7 beer, and as a kid, you only make $10 on your paper route.
I'm like, I'm dipping a Q-tip in there and wetting my lips with it.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine, thank you. Plenty of beer here.
But all of a sudden they're coming around, you're like, oh no, here they come again. Oh no, what am I going to say this time, Oh, it's horrible.
And that's where I saw my first rug act, Opie.
Yes.
It's where the dancer, you don't see this much anymore.
The strip clubs don't do any of the good stuff anymore from the old days.
Take the quilt that they probably had since they were like in 8th grade off of their bed.
That their grandma quilted for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it into the bar with them on the stage and spread that thing out. Go to the jukebox because the girls had to pay for their own music. No DJ anymore. It's not. Now you get the DJ. Hey, we're bringing on Tammy. You might remember Tammy's Miami Dolphin cheerleader. Let's give it a big hand, Tammy. Coming to the stage right now.
Yeah.
The girls used to have to go to the jukebox, put in their own quarters,
pick out a few faves,
a few tunes,
yep,
and go up there. I like when they start dancing, and then it's like, boom, and they start like half-ass, kind of go into it, and they're like, Mighty, could you hit reject? Could you hit reject? I hate this song.
She just wasn't feeling it for that song.
Yeah, it wasn't working.
Yeah.
But then the rug act.
Yeah.
There goes the quilt. My first rug act. Remember, Opie.
Here it is.
We got tonight. Who needs tomorrow? Yeah, there she was.
Yes.
straddled on that thing.
Well,
'cause I'm nursing my beer at the Tender Trap.
My first strip club song was "There is a house in New Orleans."
Wow, hardcore.
They call the ride. Yeah, it was a hardcore.
Where was
place.
that, Danny's?
That was Danny's Den down the street. That's now the parking lot for the supermarket over there. And the girls come out, and you're like, oh, this is going to be so cool. It's the first time I was at a strip club. I'm like, oh, wow, look, I'm in the front row. And she gets right to the front of the stage, and all of a sudden I go, ah!
What?
Huge cesarean scar.
Oh, you don't want that on the dancer.
Not in your strip club.
Not your first time,
I understand that's the deal out there, but you don't want to see that if you're going to a strip club.
It's horrible.
So, yeah, Russ, we know the Tender Trap is still open.
Yeah. Drive by there, Yeah. I haven't been in there in years, though. No. Well, Jeff, I am very proud of you that you snuck in. He must have remembered us mentioning that earlier. And then he goes on to say, John Glenn never visited the school. John Glenn.
Correct.
In Elwood. And I know that, and he's a bastard for not doing that. The school's named after him. He couldn't drop in the, 30 years it's been there. Probably more. So far, we have no speaker for graduation yet. ? Jeffrey, I don't believe I would be allowed into the school.
No.
If anybody remembers me from John Glenn, I pretty much had hair like the feral kid from the Road Warrior. Remember that kid? That's what my hair looked like. Army jacket, back hall. Constant glazed over eyes from being stoned and never in class.
You were burnt out.
I was. I wasted my time there. I remember my dean, Pete Polina, told me to leave. Told me to go home.
Yeah.
And I thought for the day. He goes, no, just don't come back until next year. When you get your ass straightened out or whatever it is. And I'm just like, me thinking, cool. I got the rest of the year off, man. So I don't think I could actually speak at the graduation.
No, of course you can't. All right.
Yeah. Well, thanks for checking in.
Thank you very much.
Bring back the memories there, Jeffrey.
Well, I got to remind people, tomorrow on our show, we're giving away those tickets to see REM. An invite-only performance. As you know, if you've been reading about REM lately, they're not really going to tour, or they're not sure they're going to tour for this latest CD that's coming out in the very near future. So they're playing this special little concert for like 400 people. We got your tickets. We'll give them away tomorrow on our show. All right?
All right.
And I believe this is the week they're going to be on Letterman 2 nights in a row as well. I think Thursday and Friday. So lots of REM to be had this week in New York City. On the way, we got Midnight Oil and some Johnny Lang, his latest actually, next. 1027 WNEW, The Rock of New York, Midnight Oil. Johnny Lang before that, Still Raining. That's his latest. I'm sure he'll pop on up to play in the Imaginary Ballroom once again for us, Anthony. Last week we had a fine showing in the Imaginary Ballroom. Sheryl Crow and Willie Nelson. What, Opie? I'm going deaf. That sounded fine to me. Was the music really loud while I was talking?
It was to me.
Oh, great.
Talking over it and everything,
I know. And that song ends cold, and I just decided to start talking there.
Oops. Yeah, we had Willie in. Sheryl Crow.
Yeah. And Joe Pesci last week. Already this week, we've had Ozzy check in. Ozzy Osbourne. Actually, everyone wants us to replay the part where he says...
Shagadelic?
Yeah.
He sounded like Austin Powers the whole interview.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he actually said it.
Check it out. All right, Oz.
Kick off, Ozzy! Kick off!
Kick off! And we'll have some good shagadelic time.
Sound like Austin Powers.
All right.
Shagadelic.
There you go. But Ozzy and his bandmates, Black Sabbath, will be at Virgin Megastore tonight.
Yes.
For an in-store. That starts at midnight tonight. That's going to be very cool. All right?
Yeah. What's the matter?
Did you read about the...
Look troubled.
Well, only in New York we're going to spend $40 million because walk and don't walk is not clear enough.
I read about this, yeah.
What is going on with that?
Well, they're using the universal symbols that they use in Europe. It's just the hand, for not walking.
Okay.
And then somebody walking.
Okay, time out. Great. Universal, signs for Europe is okay because how many countries do they have to worry about?
Well, a lot.
A lot, exactly. So I can understand their point.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in America, why is it bad to learn how to speak American,
don't walk.
English.
Well, they have a lot of foreign travelers and dignitaries in New York, Opie. So maybe they don't understand, like, any foreign word flashing in red would probably mean not to walk.
Yes.
And the green, friendly-looking color, and another little clue, everyone walking, might, lead you to believe that means walk.
Yeah. Just follow what everyone else is doing if you don't speak the language.
But $40 million to change
80,000 of these pedestrian walk signs.
What amounts to just big light brights on the end of a stick. How do you get $40 million?
$40 million.
Pull out the little pegs and reposition them.
Yeah, exactly.
Make a hand.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And it's going to take over a year to accomplish this in this fine city of ours.
See, when you go to foreign countries, they don't cater to Americans.
No,
English,
not.
whatever. They just put this universal thing up. We should just leave it the way it is. It's been working fine.
It's been working for 40 years.
I think people can figure it out.
Yes. I just don't understand. It's America, but no one speaks English anymore.
No.
Why do you need to speak English anymore if we're changing everything to symbols?
Okay? That's it, hieroglyphics. We're going back to hieroglyphics.
Top radio station in New York doesn't even speak English on the radio. 80% of the time they're speaking Spanish. What is that saying for our country?
We're de-evolving. Because back in the cavemen days, what did they use? They drew pictures of animals on the wall and it told a little story.
Yes.
And then we finally worked up enough intelligence to invent languages.
Right.
And letters.
Yes.
To spell these words in various languages.
Yes.
And now we have so many people that don't know the language that we have to revert back to what they did in the caveman days, pictures.
Yes.
It's pathetic.
Can we start wearing pelts at least then? If we're going back to those times.
You want to wear loincloths and just walk around?
And pelts.
Pelts.
Yeah, I want to wear a pelt in Midtown.
You could do that.
It's just pathetic. It's sad.
I think it's unnecessary.
You turn on the TV and there's there's so many different languages going on.
I think if they didn't have the walk and don't walk signs and we're just going to put up walk and don't walk signs for the first time ever, then putting the universal thing, fine, who cares?
Yeah.
But they're there.
They're there.
Why change it?
We're used to it. Most people could figure it out. The ones that can't, oh, well, thin the herd. Get hit by a cab. I don't care. Figure it out. Survival of the fittest.
Exactly.
That used to be the way it was.
You are so cruel. It's great.
What do you mean I'm cruel? What do you mean by that? Why am I cruel?
Thin the herd because they don't speak English.
And in nature, that's what happens. Do all the baby turtles make it to the ocean when you watch that on the Discovery Channel?
No, I've seen they flap their little fins along the sand. Mm-hmm. Some of them turn over on their backs. They can't get back over.
And wait for the seagull to swallow them.
The seagull comes down.
So why can't we do that with humans?
I think
Are we that much better than the animal kingdom, in all honesty?
No.
Kind of thin the herd.
All right.
I'm serious.
If thinning the herd by taxi cab is the way you want to go, that's fine.
You don't speak the language, okay? Mm-hmm. And there's 100 people walking. Ben, you couldn't even figure out that point, that, okay, it's okay to walk with the crowd of people, and you're the one stupid guy that's going to step off the curb while 100 people are waiting, and you're going to walk across and get hit by a cab? Oh, well.
DONTWALK. Walk.
Oh, forget it. It's useless.
Use the money for better things, right, Opie?
Yeah, of course.
$40 million.
Of course. There's a lot of other things going on in the city than worrying about the traffic signs for the pedestrians. All right, on the way, we got some Creed and some Blue Oyster Cult. Stay there. It looks like people enjoyed the thinning the herd comment, Anthony.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, man. What a day, what a day, what a day.
I don't believe you guys.
Tune the radio away from your spaceship, from the mothership, and tune to the station. God, I hate people.
Can we get out of here?
It's been a fun day.
Can we just get out of here, please?
Fun day, Opie. Come on.
No, we did have fun. Hope you enjoyed our ranting and raving today.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable. Okay? Matt Devote's next. Don't forget tomorrow. We got those REM tickets for that special show. Only 400 people are going to be able to go. We got tickets during our show tomorrow.